It's time to take it to the max!
It's Christmas Eve, and you know what that means. Welcome to Max Wrestling episode 354. This is your captain speaking, along with El Jefe, the television champion, Modus Marquez, top of the morning.
Top of the morning, people.
It's almost Christmas.
As they say, Merry Christmas.
This time
Merry Chrysler.
We'll be going Vidya.
Vidya.
What you don't know, people, as you listen to this, is we're actually Vidya right now, so that I can practice after the show to prepare for when we go Vidya next week.
That's right. It's called practice. Practice makes perfect, people.
It certainly does. You only need to listen to the early episodes of Max to know that.
Oh, you're telling me.
Coming up this
Trust
week...
me, there's some cringe on SMR. Don't you trip.
Oh, it's pretty much all cringe for the first couple of episodes of Max. Hey.
The bumpy roads, they call it.
We was young and naive and uneducated.
That's a good way of putting it. Uneducated.
Coming up this week, the tribal chief fires his special counsel. Brian Hangman 2 is official. The fat-faced dipshit returns to Dynamite. And Twitter proves once again to be absolutely toxic. But first, previous weeks, it's time for this week in wrestling history. Right, on December 17th, 2006, at Armageddon, Kane defeated MVP in the last true Inferno match. We've had a Ring of Fire, we've had a Firefly Inferno match since then, but this was like the last actual proper Inferno match in its original form. There was only ever 5 of them, and Kane was in them all.
That's not surprising.
I think we kind of knew Kane was going to win this one because this was the first one out of the 5 where he had skin exposed. Like, literally his whole top half was exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, he had the jumpsuits on, which they could set on fire without actually
burning him. Yes, you're right there.
December 18th, 2000, the unlikely team of The Rock and The Undertaker defeated Edge and Christian for the World Tag Team Championships on Raw.
What a fucking weird team.
I
but
vaguely remember it. I don't even know why they teamed up for the tag titles, but I vaguely remember it because they were kind of feuding at the time too. I think they faced each other for the WWE title at King. No, that was the previous year.
I was gonna say that definitely sounds like some WWE shit though.
Taker had just come back as the badass. It was a weird one. December 18th, 2005, The Undertaker and Randy Orton's near year-long rivalry finally came to an end as the dead man reigned supreme in a Hell in a Cell match at Armageddon.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one.
Oh, yeah.
On December 18th, 2011, at TLC, Daniel Bryan cashed in Money in the Bank to defeat The Big Show for the World Heavyweight Championship, just after Big Show defeated Mark Henry.
Fucking big. Okay, I got something to say. You something part the Big Show. We'll get to it later.
Also on the show, CM Punk defended the WWE Championship in a freeway tables match against The Miz and Pedro Del Rio. And see if anybody remembers this. Triple H defeated Kevin Nash in a sledgehammer ladder match.
In a what now?
I think 2K just create a match. Okay.
Okay, all right.
I think that they
the
literally
2K
just
before
hang
the
a
2K
sledgehammer above the ring and have a ladder match.
Okay, all right. Let's
Phoenix Mike, I'm sure one of you would remember this one.
Yeah, I hope so, because I'm just drawing a blank, and I'm also scared for lives on that one. I'll tell you what.
That's
how are you gonna come down softly with the sledgehammer in your hand? How's that gonna happen? How's it? Let me just hold on. You wait right there. Let me get this damn thing. Like, what the fuck?
December 18th, 2015. How's Ring of Honor Final Battle? How's this for a card? Michael Elgin defeated Moose. Adam Cole defeated Kyle O'Reilly. Roderick Strong defended the TV title against Bobby Fish. War Machine, not the fucking Viking Raiders, defeated the Kingdom for the Tag Team Championships, and Jay Lethal defended the World title against AJ Styles.
Damn.
That's one hell of a show.
Yeah, you're telling me.
And like half of them ended up in NXT.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. December 18th, 2016, in a 30-minute Iron Woman match, Charlotte Flair defeated Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship at Cockblock. End of the line. Okay, it was actually Roadblock, but same thing.
No. God damn it.
It's forever known as Cockblock.
Forever
Maybe that's
known
why
as
they only did
Cockblock.
two.
Jesus.
Some WCW now on December 19th, 1999. Chris Benoit was awarded the US Championship after Scott Hall was injured. He then lost the title the following night on Nitro in a ladder match to Jeff Jarrett. Bret Hart vs. Goldberg for the WCW World title also ended in controversy at Starrcade, and the following night, after being stripped of the title, Bret defeated Goldberg to win back the gold. Because that's what WCW did.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing stuff right there.
And finally, today in history, in 2002, Raw had its 500th episode, and yes, I'm actually about to say this sentence. Main evented by Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler defeating William Regal and Lance Storm.
Beg your pardon?
I feel like that's something I would remember, but I'm just like,
I don't.
Fuck?
I am going down the list. I'm like, was what now? I don't. Where the fuck, Mike, bro? I need links to this obscured nonsense. Pork favor.
Regal and Lance Storm lost to JR and King.
First off, how in the hell was that not a normal team on a basis?
Right.
You know what I mean? Excuse me.
Was William Regal in the Un-Americans? I don't think he
that
was.
That sounds right.
That sounds like where they would have teamed up. I know Lance Storm was definitely in it. Because it was like mostly Canada.
Oh, Canada. Yeah, that's right.
And only a few birthdays this week. On the 18th, Ring of Honor's Quinn McKay turned 30. AEW's Anthony Bowens turned 31. And a couple of legends. Trish Stratus turned 46. Rob Van Dam turned 51. Stone Cold Steve Austin turned 57. On the 21st, Otis turned 30. Otis is younger than me. What the
He's how old? He's 30?
He's 30.
Jesus.
Very recently 30. He's been 30 for 2 days. Primo Cologne turned 39. Yesterday, Luke Gallows turned 38. And happy birthday today to the Freak Rob Terry, who's 41. And Jamie Noble's 45.
That's right. Got to throw in there Kenji Muda, the great Muda, turning 58 today.
How did I miss that one? Happy birthday, Great Muda.
Kenji Muda. People don't remember they don't actually go off his name. They're usually the Great Muda.
Listed as Great Muda. Okay. All right. Now then, this week in this year, like I said, Roman Reigns fired his special counsel Paul Heyman, and he did it with a Superman punch, which is literally the only thing I've seen from SmackDown. But
I don't want to see. I saw that coming, but I don't watch the product, and I saw it coming.
I mean, Roman's been paranoid for a long, long time. I think what I loved about the segment the most was the pop from the crowd. Like, it was almost like a unified, oh, shit.
Well, yeah, I think they were going to think that, there's no way Heyman's going to go right back to Brock, and it's just going to be all hunky-dory like that. But apparently I don't know if that's what's going to be. I don't know yet. Personally, I did see, because I don't know what drove me to do this. Maybe I think I was just like, I was watching other shit on YouTube, and it just had popped up, the goddamn thing. But the little talking segment with Brock and Sammy, I'm like, why isn't this guy like doing this a little bit more? You know what I mean? He was like, I was actually kind of laughing. I was enjoying it. I'm like, you know what? This is, and so they got a YouTube watch out of me.
Yeah, I think they got one out of me too. You bastards.
Yeah, you sneak one in there every now and again.
And then also like the photo of the moment and just the poor look on Paul Heyman's face. He was caught blindsided, even though Roman like literally spun around and ran at him.
Well,
he's like a deer in the headlights.
That's the great thing with Heyman. He's literally been around the business since he was a teenager. So, I mean, at least the guy can sell. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Can't knock him. Can't knock him for that.
and I obviously can't knock him for what he's done for Roman's career. Jeez.
Oh God,
People
no. I
like
mean, this
Roman.
whole. I was gonna say, I was like the tribal chief, the head of the table, all that shit. That's been something that has literally gotten a lot of people on that side. Hell, I've noticed. Again, I'm not watching. It's fucking obvious. It's all shit. But I mean, it's not like I haven't noticed it. It's not like I haven't, heard the rumblings and checked it out. It was a good working bit. I don't know where they're gonna go from here, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, the obvious conclusion would be Heyman going back to Brock. But does Brock even want Heyman? Was he just playing mind games all along?
It's what we call that age-old question, boss.
Farmer Brock.
Farmer Brock. I like Farmer Brock. I do. He's not bad. He reminds me of old Brock.
People who didn't see Brock in like 2002, 2003, you're experiencing Brock's personality for the first time.
I mean, he was hilarious. He was really good. He was fucking great. Like people, it's not just the matches with him and Eddie and him and Kurt. It was the stories behind him too, and they were fucking great stories. Just like the whole fucking college standout from Olympic wrestler going back and forth. I remember I'm literally playing the fucking like shoving match they had in the locker room. He's like, and then bam, and you just see Kurt run off screen. He comes back, dusting himself off, like, well, yeah, I'll see you in the ring or whatever, and took off. It's like fucking hilarious. And then when he was going up against Eddie, and he's fucking marching down to the ring in a fucking in a goddamn sombrero with the mariachis and shit. I mean,
2003 Brock was something else.
He was a fucking character, I tell you that. He was a fucking character.
It's crazy. He had so much fun in 2003, and then in like 2004, it was just like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, just kind of. I don't know. I kind of want to blame the whole thing with Steve. You know what I mean? And it just kind of went afterwards. But at the same time, Steve's not in the wrong. You're really going to let this kid kill me? Cool, let's put it on a pay-per-view. Let's build the fuck out of it. Let's make some money. And they're like, no, he's just going to kill you today. Like, well, then fuck you. Maybe at least he understood.
Maybe he got pissed like afterwards, like in early 2004 when he was kind of feuding with Stone Cold, but Stone Cold was technically retired. So he was just playing the sheriff character, and, he went to get his four-wheeler back, and then he was the referee at WrestleMania. So he was kind of working with Stone Cold, just not, like, in a competitive match. Maybe he was a little bit bitter about that.
Can you blame him for it?
No, it was just really poor timing. Because obviously Stone Cold came back 2003, and he only had a couple of months in the ring before he had to retire. But,
yeah, you're right there.
I mean, Sheriff Stone Cold was fun, too.
He was hilarious. Let's keep it funny. He was hilarious. He'd just come down to the ring drunk, say whatever, some stupid shit, and come down in the fucking chair.
Coined Christian as the creepy little bastard.
Oh, that's awesome.
Christian's
that's when the whole what chant started.
Christian's partially responsible for the what chant. As I remember Stone Cold's story, like, he and Christian used to call each other all the time, and Stone Cold's like half-dead, so he'd just be on the phone like, what? What?
He's told that story like a million times. It never gets not funny. And then it's just great. And then it literally, the phenomenon that the what chant was, it went forever. It went until even after he was out of the fucking WWE. They literally had to like single fucking fans out from the what chant just to get him to like stop. It's great. Good old days.
It just gets yelled anytime now. It gets chanted at the worst times now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's funny when you use it right. When you're just doing it to be a dick, it's annoying.
Exactly.
But the best thing
is when put it perfectly.
The wrestlers actually find a way to combat the what chant. Alexa Bliss used to do it great. I think Taker's done it great. Charlotte even did it once.
I don't remember.
Stephanie McMahon tries.
She tried everything. I tell you what, trying hard.
Yeah. We had another breakup this week too, though, on Raw, as AJ Styles and Omos finally split.
That explains that joke
What
on
joke?
NXT. Fucking goddamn Grayson Waller was like, "Oh, you're here to recruit me as your tag team partner? Oh, well, I'm not interested. I'm more of like a solo guy." I'm like, but he's got like almost, so like, what the fuck would he need you for? And that's what happens when you don't follow the whole product.
Yeah, so AJ kind of, I don't know actually what, I didn't watch the whole segment, I just saw like bits. So AJ basically said he was tired of carrying Omos, and I think he slapped him and then he gave him a kick, and then Omos just shoved him, and yeah, so. But anyway, that's why AJ went to NXT for some reason, for whatever reason.
Hey, whatever.
The question,
They need viewers on that show, so that's not surprising.
let's put AJ Styles on it.
Fucking A, right.
It's not much of a question, really, because it's kind of rhetorical, but I mean, like, how much do you think AJ has done for Omos' career? Because Omos is pretty much standing
what did
out.
the guy do before?
Exactly.
Do you
he
really
was Shane
remember?
McMahon's bouncer.
I was gonna say that's the only thing that guy was fucking known for more was being the motherfucking bouncer. That's it. So it's like, what was? He's done everything for the fucking guy's career. Okay,
Yeah.
everything.
Working with AJ was great for Omos' career.
Must say, you know what AJ had no part in almost his career, his basketball career. All right, that's what he had no part in. God damn it!
I don't imagine. I mean, AJ can jump, but I don't imagine him playing basketball.
I was gonna say he's a little short, but hey, they do crazy shit in Georgia.
So yeah, AJ then ends up on NXT, and this Grayson Waller, this rapey-eyed motherfucker, backs down from a challenge.
I don't see the appeal. I don't know what they did. Like I'm getting, who was that fucking nerd? He reminds me of Kona Reeves. Like he was doing one gimmick and then he just fucking flipped into this gimmick, and I'm like, huh? Well, fail with this guy. Let's try this guy. Like, what the fuck?
I look at the guy and I'm just convinced that there's a shovel and some duct tape in his trunk.
So, well, at the same time, the way he like goes about fucking talking to ladies, it's like he's just like yelling at people from the crowd, and it's like, so you know what? Maybe he's not opposed to just being like, "Let me go ahead and put this in your drink one time. You come on with me." He's not appealing to me in any form and factor of at all.
You stand him next to Dexter Lumis, and Dexter Lumis is the least creepy.
I was going to say, and he is the creep from the creep farm.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess this kind of sets up more AJ on NXT. Maybe a run in NXT for AJ.
I was gonna say, something tells me AJ's gonna hang out for a little bit
until the ratings
like I said, they
up.
need viewers.
Yeah. Well, they've booked a rematch for New Year's Evil between Ciampa and Braun Breaker, which is more than likely going to be when they finally pull the trigger and, I don't want to say pass the torch, because they ain't passing the fucking torch.
At this
putting the title on Braun.
It would be the smartest thing they can do. That's for damn sure.
He's obviously the one that's gotten over the most out of this like new generation of 2.0. And Ciampa's like literally the last of the dying breed of black and gold.
He really is, and it's sad. I'm like so curious what's going on with him. How's his contract status? The whole whatever. I don't think he's on like that whole, oh, we signed an extension to keep doing whatever and hanging out. So
I'm also expecting like new titles, because all the titles they've got still represent black and gold.
They really do. It is time for a revamp.
Just don't make them too colorful.
You know what? I don't know. If they're fucking smart, and which they're not, this is the fucking problem. And then on top of that, it's a WWE brand. So the name's got to be in the fucking belt logo somehow. But they really need to just go back to old style looking belts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go with something fucking simple, not the pennies or the nickels or whatever, but something fucking simple.
The NXT belts just remind me of like UFC belts, which is probably where they got the
Yeah.
idea for the designs.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
But like knowing 2.0 is going to be like maybe a giant 2.0 on the center plate, or
That's fucking.
they're all going to be spinners.
That's you know what? I would rather the spinners
Yeah,
than the fucking giant 2.0.
I didn't hate this spinner as much as everybody else. I actually had the spinner.
I liked the US one more. I'm not gonna lie.
The US one was cooler.
But like when did it get? When Edge came out with his, I was like, okay, this thing's stupid.
You're just a giant rated R logo.
I was like, but that was the whole thing. It was like, but it's a good thing, but it's like, no, whatever. I hate him. Fuck that guy. And that was just fucking how you went about it. But it was hilarious though.
It was when they
see that fucking dude.
When they took away the spinner, but it was the same design, so they glued the logo in place so it didn't
Which is
spin.
Stupid. It made no. I was like,
that was the
whole point of the design. Vince is like, hey, I'm tired of this thing spinning. Get some fucking tape. And there's like, okay, so they fucking put some tape, and it's like it doesn't spin no more. It'd be fucking hilarious if like John was like, anxiously waiting to come out and he tried to spin it. Hey, wait a minute. And that's why it's all crooked one day, because he's realized, oh shit, it doesn't spin anymore. Now the tape's all mangled and looks like shit.
They probably kicked themselves when The Miz won the title, and they had to like turn it upside down. And they couldn't anymore, so they had to do a new belt.
Mm-hmm. Hilarious.
Speaking of Miz, his feud with Edge continues. Vince Russo wasn't happy with this segment. Because he said it made Edge look stupid because he worked out the heel's plan and still fell for it.
Does he know what he's watching? He understands this is the fucking clown company, right?
Right.
The clown company that he used to work for.
Yeah, I used to write for this company, bro.
So then why are you fucking surprised, you fucking dumb shit? Like, and then on top of that, who the fuck asked you? The fuck? That's why I fucking can't stand that fucking nerd. It's like, dude, you haven't been fucking relevant in fucking years, dude. Nobody gives a butt fuck what you got to say. Like, he is quite literally a waste of internet space.
From what I gather from the angle, so like, Miz and Maurice had a disagreement last week, and she slapped him. Apparently that was all a ruse, so like Edge got blindsided, she slapped him, and then he got hit with the shit.
Didn't she slap him twice?
Twice, yeah.
I was about to say, she hit him in the back of the head and then slapped the shit out of him again. I'm like, bro, you real comfortable with this family, ain't you? Like, you probably hang out with the Miz and barbecue on the weekends or something kind of shit.
Yeah, and still waiting for Beth Phoenix now. Like, you slapped her man twice.
Well, didn't she quit?
She quit NXT as a commentator, but I think she's still like under contract.
I doubt she shows up at all in any capacity. I mean, if she does, hey, cool. That it'll get a pop out of me. But yeah. I mean,
it makes sense for a tag match. We've already had Miz and Maurice against Cena and Nikki.
That's not a bad idea. I don't hate that idea, not one bit. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, is that what's going to make this fucking feud any worth my while? Is to see the wives join in? I mean, because I don't give a shit about it now. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, that's fucked up. But I only give a shit about it now because the fucking like the idea of the wives doing a tag. Because I mean, it's a good idea. It's a fucking good idea. But I mean, how often are we allowed to get good ideas?
Very rarely.
You know what I mean?
Very, very rarely. We also saw match 3 between Bianca Belair and Piper Niven. I'm still not going to call her the other name.
Nope, don't do it.
Apparently it wasn't as good as the first 2, but all anybody will remember anyway is the KOD that won the match.
Fuck it.
that's fine. All anybody remembers about Hogan and Andre is the body slam.
That's it. Body slam and leg drop.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about from Raw because that's all I saw. So, over on NXT,
Perfect.
though, one final thing. Dakota Kai takes yet another L in a street fight with Raquel Gonzalez.
I was liking that street fight. It just ended weird. I don't get why street fights have to start in the fucking have to end in the ring is my whole gimmick. It's a goddamn street fight.
It's how like Extreme Rules matches and all of it. You can have weapons and everything, but unless it's a hardcore match, you have to pin them in the ring. Let's specify hardcore.
It was dumb.
Yeah, another L for Dakota. Can she just get a win just once?
Fuck. I don't know. Maybe she goes to the main. This is a blow-off feud. What left is there for her to do?
I mean, I don't even want to look up her win-loss record.
No.
Because it would probably make me weep. But, I mean, she's a hell of a talent. She just never fucking won anything apart from the tag team titles. And even then, they lost them pretty quickly.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's not her fault for that, but it's at the same time, but it also does her no justice. And they know they have a star in her to the point where they fucking put her in multiple title pictures. You know what I mean? They put her up against multiple good opponents, and she came out a loser in all of them, which sucks. But obviously, you have something, and now what? Exactly.
She got to go to the main. My guess would be SmackDown and then do pretty much nothing like Shotzi. Well, I mean, Shotzi's had like a mini feud with Sasha, but nothing like. She
nothing
doesn't
meaningful.
Stand out as much as she did in NXT.
Fuck, nobody stands out in the main.
NXT.
Nobody stands out in the main. I fucking forgot AJ Styles on the goddamn main for a while. I mean, that's kind of that's the downside. The fact is if you get more fucking exposure on the third brand than you do on the two major brands, what the fuck does that say about this company? I mean,
yeah, it's developmental now.
All of them.
I'm anxious to see what this young kid AJ does in this developmental brand. And the double standards with NXT fans, like when they were happy that it went to 2.0 because it was supposed to be developmental in the first place. Now it's going back to developmental, which is the best thing for it. But then you got AJ Styles going back.
Well, that's how they did it when it was developmental. They had sent main event stars down there. You had guys like Punk down there. I think John Cena went down there at one point. I'm trying to think of Randy Orton. You know what I mean? This is in the early days of NXT. You know, this is like Seth Rollins NXT title run kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm talking about. Like that kind of developmental level, which is fine. I am not in any way, shape, or form bagging on the idea of bringing main roster stars. I do that in quotations because it's just hot garbage.
Lame roster
stars. Thank you very much. To help and help in viewership and hopefully help teach these guys some stuff. You know, I'm hoping these guys are given a class at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Lord. I'm allergic to the WWE talk today.
Yeah. Aren't we all? Brian Kendrick has apparently resigned as a trainer, and he's now going to go after Holland in NXT.
First off, if I quit after getting thrown down the stairs, the last thing I'm going to do is go after the big-ass motherfucker that threw me down the stairs.
Right.
This has got Vince McMahon written all over it. You've been assaulted by a giant man. I quit my position here and it will face him in the ring. What? You're gonna what?
I love Brian Kendrick. Hell of a wrestler, hell of an athlete. But then when he says I'm gonna quit as a trainer, I'm like, yeah, well, you did train Eva Marie, so.
Oh, The black mark that never goes away.
No, poor guy. All right, we're going to be predicting Wrestle Kingdom in the second part of the show, so let's get straight into AEW on the first part, because it's kind of a nice segue, because we'd lost one NXT star a couple of weeks ago, and after a solid match between Adam Cole and Bebe and Orange Cassidy, the surprise debut of Kyle O'Reilly,
awesome.
which I spoiled for you.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine. It happens. It's no big deal. I figured he was coming, and it's fine. You know, it's how it's like, what did I used to say all the time? Like I would read the spoilers, not read the spoilers, but I would read results for like New Japan, but then I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go watch it and see how it played out. It did not, like, I don't know how I thought it was gonna play out. I thought he was just gonna like show up afterwards. I did not think that fucking Kyle O'Reilly would slide into the ring looking like a goddamn madman and just fucking literally just kill the holy shit out of Orange Cassidy, that poor fucker. And by the way, fucking Bryce is like total nominee for Geek of the Week for not knowing that a man is getting absolutely killed directly behind him, which is just blows my fucking mind. But it was a great debut.
I thought it was so poetic that Kyle's first point of call in AEW was the guy that NXT tried to turn him into. Cool Kyle goes after Orange Cassidy.
Except this Kyle is actually cool.
Yeah. No more cool Kyle. We got the real Kyle.
Yeah.
What I loved about his debut is the camera. Like, it stayed on a close-up of Orange Cassidy, and all you can see is the fans behind him going absolutely just fucking nuts. And you're like, who the fuck's coming?
Shit. Ape shit. They're like, what? Who's that? Oh my god.
And we're like, who? And then his head just pops up. Awesome.
He just slides into the frame like a fucking killer in a night. Like, oh shit, you're gonna die. Sorry, Orange.
We're 3/4 of the way to getting UE back in AEW. Poor
I was
Roddy.
gonna say, I was like, I was like, I keep hearing rumbles that they're trying to get rid of the 205 title, and they're having this match with him and Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, unification.
This could be Roddy's out.
Do it. Just run,
Roddy, bro. Hell, fucking even Uncle Dave thinks that there's a very good possibility that Johnny's gone too. I mean, let's be real here. There are many perks for Johnny to stay. His wife works for WWE. You know, they're about to have a kid. He makes really pretty good money. You know, it's stability. But he's gone on record talking about wanting to wrestle Kenny, or wanting to wrestle like Hangman and other guys like that. So it's like the seeds are there. It's planted. And Uncle Dave thinks that if he were to debut, he could show up in Cleveland, which I think is in February.
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't know if there's a time for him to, like, if he needs to wait or whatever, but I mean.
No, I mean, not if he lets his contract expire.
And that's true.
I remember he did show up like a few months.
Isn't he on an
extension? Probably.
Isn't he one of those guys that signed that extension? So he could be free right now. Yeah. We don't know it.
He definitely signed like a few weeks after the other three. But we'll see. And in 2 weeks at New Year's Smash, we get Brian Hangman 2 for the AEW World Title. Great segment for Hangman after Brian came out. I thought he was struggling a little bit on his own. Then Brian comes out, turns into the uber fucking heel, and Paige responded great.
I do love that they're Brian Danielson as a Brian Danielson as a fucking heel is my goddamn favorite thing ever. He is just like such a dick. But I totally laughed because this is something I've been I guess neglecting in AEW, or I guess I just haven't paid attention. Is every time Hangman comes out and it's that fucking name bar, it always says something. He's like, normally doesn't last 60 minutes or whatever. I fucking died. I was like, well, that's gonna disappoint some ladies, but who cares?
60
But
minutes.
that was
though.
just 60. Well, yeah, I'm gonna need a water break and
Yeah.
all, the fan on, maybe an IV.
Crack this window open.
Right.
Um,
I was young once.
yeah. Heyman comes up with the B plus player line, which I thought was so good, based purely on Brian's reactions. Like, you motherfucker, you really went there.
But that's the great thing about it. It's the jabs that you're able to take at B Dry and he sells his reaction. Like you say something, he's gonna sell it. It's just fucking great.
Yeah.
Everything about just it's. I did laugh really hard at that. People, I was like, somewhere Trips is sitting there. See, he agrees with me. That fucker. Somebody agrees with me.
And Stephanie just said, I agreed with you. You always agree.
Shut
with
up,
me.
nobody cares.
I saw a thumbnail of the Rampage logo and a big spoiler because obviously they pre-taped the Christmas Day episode. I don't want to know what it is. I don't know what it is. Hopefully I'm going to keep it that way for the next 2 days. Well, next day. I can't imagine what the big spoiler would be though, because the only match I know about is the TNT title, Cody and Sammy Guevara. But
I was going to say that's my only guess. I don't know. Trav was like, crap, I know the spoiler. And I'm like, why'd you do that?
But Cody, for some reason, the fat-faced dipshit, Dan Lambert, was saying some stuff. He returned on Dynamite last night and he said some stuff about Cody. I don't even know what the fuck was going on.
Dan Lambert, they literally just give this guy like 10 minutes to ramble on, and that's pretty much what he does. And literally all he said was he apparently like all you have to do is be Tony Khan's buddy and you can get, you could be an EVP, you can get all the title matches you want. He talked about how, Scorpio Sky is the only person in AEW to pin Chris Jericho twice. Just fucking hyping him up. The thing that it was hilarious because he literally goes down accolades for fucking Sky. And I'm like, see, that's a good reason why he should get fucking a TNT title shot or whatever, maybe even like a world title shot or whatever. And then he points to Ethan and he's like, and he's the best fucking dressed guy here. And I'm like, I beg your pardon? Like, that does not qualify you to have a championship match, partner.
He knows karate.
He is a black belt in karate.
Yeah. But yeah, he was rambling for like 5 minutes, and then I must have missed something because all of a sudden he just goes into, and they want me to get you to cheer for Cody. Even I can't do that. He's a bigger dick than me.
Oh yeah, I don't under. It was really because he was saying how Cody was getting all these title shots and shit like that. He's like, but for some reason they want me to get you to cheer for him, and I'm like, what?
Who does?
Like, are you trying to expose the business? Because what? Like it was no. I think you weren't the. I was lost. You were lost. I don't know. It was crickets in the TSK. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and it wasn't crickets in the arena. They were just booing the shit out of him. So Ruby Soho, as we predicted weeks ago, advances to the finals for the TBS title over Nyla Rose. Will probably end up against Jade. She appeared to be legit injured though at the end of the match, and either that's her selling the fact that Jade's gonna get an easy win, or she is injured.
Well,
either way,
Nyla's not exactly light. She did catch a couple of them that were like really stiff. I think what was it at one point? I think she caught like a fucking like kick right to the face, and I was like, "Jeez, why did you have to kick her so goddamn hard?" I forget what it was.
Crazy son of a bitch is trying to kill me.
Exactly. But I don't know. They worked their ass off. Ruby still. I pop every time I hear Ruby's theme.
Yes.
But I literally, it's with this one, it's weird because it's like I've been enjoying the tournament, but I'm like with you. It's like I feel like I know where the finish line is, and I think the finish line is Jade, and I'm like, can we just fucking get there already? Like I'm not saying this is dragging. I'm like I said, I'm enjoying it, but I'm like I get what I think I figured out your puzzle already, and I don't care. At least I hope I don't. At least I hope I didn't figure it out.
Yeah, we kind of figured it out weeks ago. It was like the most obvious outcome would be Ruby Soho, who's over as fuck, and Jade, who they're trying to get over so desperately, and it's just not
only that, fucking, it's Ruby is a legit competitor, if you will, so that also makes her look good.
Absolutely, but even she's gonna take some doing to make Jade look good. Sorry, Jade.
Well, how many years in the business? Shit, she's gonna have to use all that knowledge and some other knowledge from some other people to help make her look good. But I mean, this is gonna be. Jade's been looking good in squashes, which is great, but you cannot go in there and expect to squash Soho and have us be all right with it, really. It's gonna need to be relatively worked. It's probably gonna be under 10 minutes. It's probably gonna be a little one-sided, but with some good near falls maybe and some believability from Ruby, I think we can make it work. So who knows?
And then main events was just feel good all around. First of all, Sting comes out with a beautiful CM Punk logo painted on his face. Like, that was awesome.
Gonna say that took some time, boy. That took some time.
And then Darby comes out with a half purple Sting paint, but just most surprising of all, Punk basically cosplaying as two versions of Sting. Like, the top half was Surfer Sting. Bottom half was like Wolfpack Sting.
It's only because of the black trunks, but yes, it was great. I fucking loved it. The Scorpion was in like Chicago colors. I was like, dude, this whole fucking thing is great. This was the entertainment factor for wrestling fans. Okay, like we always know that there isn't entertainment. There's no entertainment in AEW. There's All Elite Wrestling. Well, then guess what? We got a lot of entertainment, not just some, a lot of entertainment out of this one. Because, I mean, even FTR and MJF, they all had fucking matching trunks. They were looking like the total fucking nerds out of the 80s, which, me, I'm all about. And it was the whole thing was great. Fucking boy was in there, Sting in there, working his ass off. This dude was in there for like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Literal, like, I was like, the whole night long, all the boys, by the way, the boys immediately nominated Sting for Wrestler of the Week, by the way.
Okay.
If your decision has not been made yet, that they're overwhelming praise for Sting.
I don't think I can deny that, but
there we go.
We'll find out at the end of the show. So final bit of stuff from AEW, and it's nothing to do with the show. I mentioned Twitter being a toxic environment. It was pretty much leaked earlier in the week about Sammy Guevara breaking off his engagement, and apparently he's dating Ty Conti. She's received a whole lot of backlash and is now taking a break from social media because people is dicks.
People are dicks. As a guy who has followed Sammy for that's way before AEW was a thing. I'm sad to see what's going on with him and Pam. It sucks, but at the same time, we, the fans, have no fucking business in their fucking business. The fact that he's willing to tell us what's going on, that's all we need to fucking know. Okay? You don't need to be giving backlash to nobody about nothing. And not to mention, all these are rumors. And let's keep it
we
funky.
don't know exactly what's going on.
Exactly. I don't know what's going on. We don't know if that's true or if it's not true. Now, that's the professional side of me. The man side of me is, goddamn, Sammy, you some bitch. If that's true. If it's true. Yeah. But hey, I mean, it is what it is. But again, it's none of our fucking business to be getting in their fucking business and giving people shit. I fucking hate Twitter. I absolutely hate Twitter for this reason. It's like, dude, what is the point of the negativity? Do you think that's going to make them get back together? You think that's going to fix their fucking problems? You think their problems have to stem with you guys and what maybe? No. Maybe they were having issues beforehand. Again, we don't know because it's not our business.
Exactly.
Cause I'm sick of standing up instead of going down. I'm sick of never being able to cross the line. I'm sick of pretending everything is fine. You got it, you're just a freak like me.
Where were you
when CM Punk returned to pro wrestling?
Where were you?
When Cena and Reigns came face to face.
Where were you?
When Hangman won the gold.
Where were you?
When Becky Lynch shocked the world.
Where were you?
For the budget cuts. Max Wrestling presents the Maxis Awards 2021, December 26. Where will you be?
Cause I'm sick of standing up instead of going down. I'm sick of never being able to cross the line. I'm sick of pretending everything is fine. You got it, you're just a freak like me.
This Sunday, it is the 5th annual Maxis Awards. It's that end of year special where we award the best and worst of 2021. The show has already been recorded and we can't wait to share it with you, as well as announcing the awards as voted by you. We also have championship matches. Moses defends the television championship for the first time, and his opponent was voted as the Phoenix. The never-ending feud continues.
Let's go on.
And the Phoenix is also defending the Knowledge Championship, and although he was voted as the challenger, that Ryan Sutcliffe is unable to appear. Therefore, the challenger goes to the next in line, that being Chad Malcolm. Again, another developing long feud between those two. Chad actually defeated Phoenix to become the world champion. And I see a pattern developing here, because Chad is challenging for another title, but he has his own title as well. So Chad will be defending the world championship as he looks to hold off against the king of trivia, like he needs another fucking nickname, Mike Larkin, in 3 stages of knowledge. If Chad retains, he will become the longest reigning world champion to date. Much to mine and the Phoenix's dismay. I think he's already beat me this week, actually. Hopefully. For more information,
He's like, fuck the numbers. I'm not looking at that.
yeah, I don't. They all beat me. I don't care. Go to maxwrestling.net/Maxis2021 and don't miss the show this Sunday on all usual
Sunday.
platforms.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, okay. On January 4th, of course, it is the annual tradition to have Wrestle Kingdom. Now,
That's right.
we have already said, as Night 2 has a fair bit of TBD, we're only going to be predicting Night 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of TBD. Now, Night 3 of Wrestle Kingdom is going to be a special, it's a special card. It is New Japan versus Noah. I could go through it, but the reality is I guarantee you 99% of our listeners are not going to know half of the other guys. So we're just, Night 1 is good enough. We won't include the New Japan Rumble. Obviously, it's just,
Everybody.
It's a fucking Royal Rumble. And then on top of that, there's 4 winners for it. So that's just going to get fucking weird.
Yeah. So, let's go to singles match. Yo versus Show.
Yo versus Show, fucking former, I think, 3 or 4 time junior heavyweight tag team champs, former best friends, if you will, fucking Young Lions, the whole 9, finally going against each other. It's going to be an absolute banger. I'm stupidly excited for this one. Show has been the evil one rocking into this one. Yo, the absolute baby face, but that's kind of been like their whole dynamic, kind of in their even as a fucking tag team. This one can go either way. They tend to do like the heel win or the babyface win on a New Japan, but something tells me that this is going to go for a little bit, as I feel like, because I've already seen them like matching up again in Night 2. So because of that, I'm going with Show.
All right. Well, I'm going to say, people, right now, I'm probably going to agree with everything Moses says because he's a New Japan expert out of the two of us.
There we go.
So that's 2 for Show. One
That's
for the money,
Show.
2 for
I like
Show.
that.
All right, next up, we got Hiroshi Tanahashi and the Mega Coaches, Ryosuke Taguchi and Rocky Romero, versus Bullet Club, Kenta, Taiji Ishimori, and El Phantasmo.
Another awesome 6-man here. The reason why I'm immediately leaning towards the Mega Coaches and Tanahashi is because it's fucking Tanahashi. You know what I mean?
Tanahashi.
It's Tanahashi. But at the same time, Tanahashi's kind of been like in the putting people over mode. He's not. He's a guy too. He's older in the tooth, if you will. He's definitely doing battling a lot of injuries and things like that. Fucking Rocky Romero, I'm hoping he's already been in Japan and have quarantined and all that stuff because he was recently just out here. So I hope he's back over there like that. And then Taguchi is literally the fucking king of the hip attack. And then you got Bullet Club. And honestly, because you got Kenta, and Kenta is just a giant name. Ishimori. I really do, because honestly, because I love the name of the mega coaches is kind of why I really want to go with them. But I have to go with the Bullet Club.
Okay.
I believe Kenta has a big match coming up in night 2. He does against Hiromu Takahashi for the IWGP Junior U.S. Heavyweight title. No DQ, by the way. So yeah, I give you the Bullet Club.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought you were going to lean towards the mega coaches for a second there, and I was going to say this is probably going to be the first one we disagree on. But yeah, I'm going Bullet Club too.
Trust me, I really want to pick them for the simple fact of the name of the mega coaches. First off, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm being as transparent as it absolutely can be. But then on top of that, they, like I said, they tend to give the faces the win night 1, night 2. Whoever they decide to go with future wise is who actually goes on to win. However, something tells me Tanahashi ain't letting go of no title no time soon. He may be coming back to the United States to take on some guys. Kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I would feel a little more comfortable with Kenta. He's not as injury. Well, that's not true. I don't want to say that. I was going to say he's not as injury. That's not true. But I mean, I don't know. I think Kenta might be a little bit bigger of a draw than Tanahashi, at least stateside.
All right. Next, another 6-man tag. We got Los Ingobernables de Japón, Naito, Sanada, and Bushi versus United Empire's Will Ospreay, Great O'Khan, and Jeff Cobb. That's a horse team.
It really is, considering the fact of how big friggin' Ospreay has been getting over the years.
Damn.
And as simple as can be, I gotta go with fuck. Actually, damn, that was new. I'm basing so much shit off of night 2.
Yeah.
Give me the Ingobernables. Give me Naito and Sonata and Bushi. Yeah, give me them.
Yeah.
I really want to go with the United Empire, but spoiler alert for night 2, I think this is Will Ospreay's time, and he's gonna beat Okada. That's how I see it coming out. So I think he loses night 1 and comes out dominant night 2.
Yes, the thing. There's a couple of matches where people are facing the same people on night 2. So we also got Sonata and Great O'Khan the next night, and Naito versus Cobb.
There we go.
I like your logic. Let's go with Los Ingobernables.
Love it. So Shibata has yet to be given an opponent.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it matters who it is.
I'm still going with they're really gonna test him, and I don't think it's gonna be a young. You know what? I'm lying. I can't figure out which one I want to use though. It's either going to be Clark Connors or who's the other fucking kid? Clark Connors or Carl Fredericks. One of the two standout guys from New Japan Strong that he's trained in the LA dojo like crazy. They are probably the two more. If anybody like the New Japan heads will get this part. They are basically young lions. Like it, but they are like stars in the U.S. But like the second they come to Japan, they are recognizable young lions, like Umino and shit like that. So I think it's going to be one of those two. That way they get a spotlight. But deep in the back of my head, I feel like if they really wanted to chest Shibata, and something tells me maybe Gato is just a little bit that crazy, is he would give him Yuji Nagata, which I think would be bananas. But either match is going to be great, regardless.
Yeah, and either way, Shibata gets.
Either way, Shibata wins. He's got some pent up aggression, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely! Just lay off the headbutts.
Mm-hmm. Please and thank you.
Tomohiro Ishii defending the never openweight title against Evil.
Mm-hmm. So the problem with Evil is you have to worry about Dick Togo. Goddamn Dick Togo is there to ruin everybody's day from time to time. And the thing that sucks about this one is it's the never open weight belt. And the never open weight belt literally is pancake. I was going to say pancake. It's flip-flopped around. It's literally the same thing I'm talking about. But it is flip-flop. Hot potato. That's what I wanted to say. And they tend to let somebody new win it at Wrestle Kingdom. And simply off that logic, Evil was the never open weight champ.
How long's Ishii been champion? I'm curious now, just how much of a flip flop.
I want to say not. When did he win that? Didn't he? I want to say he won it at the LA
14th.
show.
So yeah, he's only had it like just over a month.
Okay, no, he didn't win it at the show. Damn, got excited.
Battle in the Valley.
There. Oh, see, yeah, he did win it at a show, not the show I went to, but he won it in Cali. That's good shit.
Yeah, so just over a month. He actually has the most combined days as champion of 501 today.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. It just sucks. If he wasn't a whopping 5'1", he'd probably be world champion by now.
All right. Yeah, I'll go with Evil too.
There we go. Simple logic.
Dangerous Techers, Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. versus Chaos's Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi for the tag team championships.
First, Yoshihashi has honestly been picking it up. He is. I've been going back and I've been watching. This my preparation for the beginner's guide has just been something fierce. I tell you what, I've been watching New Japan literally every single break I have at work. When I come home, it's like the first I watch 4 or 5 matches, and it's like that's literally what I've been doing. And Yoshihashi for me he's a guy that I swear when he wants to turn it on, he turns it on. He'll give you 4 stars all day long. But then he also only wants to turn it on like 40% of the time, and it really pisses me off. And because of that, and because I just love what Zack Sabre and Taichi are doing as champs, I feel they'll retain and probably have some weird tag match at like New Year's Dash. You know what I mean? And lose them there.
Yeah. I literally have no clue on this one, so Chaos.
Cool. New champs. It's not a bad one. Like I said, Yoshihashi's on a roll. Hiroki Goto, I want to say, has not won the tag titles, and they love him. They want to make sure he has all the belts. I'm gonna look right now. Does he have junior tag? Does he have tag titles? He does. Oh, one time with Shibata. Hey, what do you know?
All right, you know what? I'll go first on the next one because I'm a pretty big mark for this guy. El Desperado defends the Junior Heavyweight Championship against Hiromu Takahashi. I'm going Takahashi.
It's hard not to go Takahashi, coming off the Best of the Super Juniors, winning that one. But again, we have an underrated champion, a guy that nobody really looks at and says, "Is this guy any good?" El Desperado's actually been very good as a junior heavyweight champion to the point where I've taken notice. He's been a guy who's literally been in the background of fucking Suzuki-gun for fucking forever. He was just a junior tag guy at best. And to see that he's champ and he's got the big stage against Takahashi, it's like I really want to go with Desperado, but it's hard not to go with Takahashi. Excuse me. Because of not only the Best of the Super Juniors win, but because of simple popularity. The guy was out for a while with a neck injury, and he comes back and literally has taken over the fucking world. So, yeah, I'm with you on that one. Give me Takahashi. Hiromu all day.
Well, looking at the title history, Takahashi won the title last year at Wrestle Kingdom. vacated the title to his injury. Then it was won by El Desperado before he dropped it to Rocky Heel and then won it back.
That's right. See, that's what I'm saying. El Desperado's been on a run.
Nice story.
It's good stuff. Yeah, redemption.
The guy that picked it up from his vacating the title. He didn't go on a vacation. He was injured, but he vacated the title.
Yeah, he was on
Is there a
vacation,
word
all
for
right.
that?
I don't know.
There needs to be a different word for it.
Different
'Cause it
words.
makes it sound like he's having fun.
Right. He's beachside, about ready to play some golf.
My peck is hanging off my body. It's not a vacation.
No, not at all.
Okay, main event for night one: Shingo Takagi defending the heavyweight title against Okada.
God. Okay, so Shingo Takagi, he's probably him and Will Ospreay are the only two guys that actually make that belt look any decent. It's just weird to me. I can't stand it. However, he is the Tokyo Sports MVP. Congratulations to him on that one. Beating guys like Okada, Takahashi, Hiromu, the whole nine. But here's the problem. As much as a buzzsaw Shingo has been, and trust me, he has been one. We've reviewed about 4 or 5 different matches in the TSK of just Shingo Takagi because he is that big of the man. But now, call this biased, and I'm sure there's already guys that are listening to me that are already laughing the second I said call me biased. But we're talking about Kazuchika Okada here. Okay, we're talking about the man that put on a 6.5-star match with Kenny Omega. He was the man that literally carried New Japan and broke the fucking internet when they found out he was coming to the States. Okay, it is time for Okada. It's time for Okada to win it again for 2 reasons. And one reason is great, and the other one is even better. One, because think of the pop. Think of the crowd pop. You have that many people, Tokyo Dome. The super over Kazuchika Okada regains the belt. Oh my God, the crowd goes bananas. But then night 2, they go even more bananas because the young kid, the junior, the guy that was always underneath Okada, the guy that could go toe to toe with him but just could never put him away, will finally put him away and win the belt. Clear as day, being the overall crazy. He's gonna have 12 titles. He's gonna start putting him down his pants at this point. He's got that many belts. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, I'm going Okada all day long.
Plus, Okada beat Ospreay last year.
There you go. Again, redemption. Gato loves to build stories. He doesn't care if it takes a year or 2.
And it was up for match of the year, but I completely agree with the logic of Okada winning it and then dropping it to Ospreay the next night.
Like I said, even if he doesn't, even if he were to remain champ and Okada just reigns, it's not going to kill Ospreay. It's not going to hurt him at all. But at the same time, if you flip that logic around, how much is that really going to hurt Okada? He just won. It was not that big of a deal. It's really not going to fuck him over. He can then turn around and maybe go with the U.S. title, and then there's his loophole for coming back to the States. If that's a thing. If that's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy right now.
Okada's pretty bulletproof. Nothing's going to happen to Okada.
Yeah, he's a man.
Plus, he hates the new design.
This is why he needs to be champ. This is exactly so they can just be like, you know what, hey, we changed our mind, get rid of this fucking thing. All right, cool.
Ospreay loves the butterfly IWGP
title. He makes it look good. I don't know why. I don't get it. Maybe it's just his robe or whatever, but he actually makes it look good.
Kind of hoping Okada wins, smashes up the new belt, and then
that'd be cool.
Forces Ospreay to carry around the original belt.
That'd be awesome. Do the whole a Naito treatment.
Yeah, you want to be world champion? You take this one. Fuck that one.
I think
shit.
You could totally do that in a way where he actually will shake his hand and then you just hand it to him, and if Ospreay's smart, he'll throw the other one in the fucking crowd or something. Get this shit out of here.
What were they thinking?
I don't know. I think somebody was watching too much anime that week, and they were like, fuck it, we got to do this one. Why? Because I seen it on... I can't even think of a weird anime name.
Yeah, no idea.
My Hero Academia. I don't know. Fuck.
That will do.
There we go.
So yeah, we're not predicting night 2 because there's a few TBAs, TBDs. First of all, like literally match 1, dark match, TBA versus TBA, and a TBA match. What?
Absolutely.
We know there's going to be a match. We just don't know who it is and what match it is. But okay. We've got Robbie Eagles and Tiger Mask versus Taiji Ishimori and El Phantasmo versus Taguchi and Rocky Romero for the junior heavyweight tag team titles. We've got Mayu. Is this the one we couldn't pronounce?
Yes, Mayu Iwatani.
Mayu
No, it was
Iwatani.
it was the one on the end.
Oh, the other one. Okay.
Saya.
Starlight Kid, Tam Nakano, and Saya Kamitani.
There we go. That's how we got it.
We got a 4-way.
Then you got the 4-way for the King of the Pro Wrestling belt, or King of the Pro Wrestling trophy.
Yeah. TBD versus TBD versus TBD versus TBD. House of Torture, Evil, Takahashi, and Sho versus Chaos's Goto, Yoshihashi, and Yo.
That's right. Yujiro Takahashi for those who are like,
yeah,
what the
sorry.
fuck? Yeah. No, you're good.
And that is
fun.
for the Never Openweight 6-man tag team championships. Again, we mentioned the other 3 matches that kind of stem from the previous night. Sanada and Great Okan go 1-on-1. Naito and Cobb go 1-on-1. No DQ match for the heavyweight title, for the heavyweight US title. Kenta versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. And again, Tanahashi, yeah. And then finally, of course, Ospreay faces the winner of the previous nights, Takagi and Okada.
Good stuff.
Some people are probably wondering why we're predicting Wrestle Kingdom before day 1, but we're not predicting day 1 this week because we know what WWE are like, and they're probably going to change the card by next week. So we're not going to bother until the very last night that we have to predict it.
I was just going to say, are we sure the card's official?
There is 6 matches, but I mean, I would not be surprised if they change some of them. I'll run through what we got so far. Oh jeez, Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss.
Who? What?
Drew McIntyre literally carried this fucking company for a whole year, and now he's wrestling Madcap Moss on a pay-per-view.
Who the fuck is that?
That's Baron Corbin's bitch. Sorry,
Who's
Happy
Baron
Corbin's bitch.
Who's Baron Corbin?
Madcap Moss is literally like his sidekick.
Who's my guy? Fuck's this guy, man. This is Madcap Mars? What the fuck?
It's Riddick Moss.
Oh, it's goddamn Riddick.
He's just called Madcap Moss now.
That's the fucking stupidest shit. I was about to look it up. How dare I fucking waste my typing abilities for that?
So because
kind of
Baron Corbin
fucking
is
bullshit?
Happy Corbin, Riddick Moss is Madcap Moss.
You know what when I hear Mad Cat, you know what I think of? The shitty controllers you had as a kid.
Oh yeah.
You always would be like, here, bro, you can use this one. But this is a piece of shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm using my brand new one, motherfucker.
Kids today, you don't know pain until you've held a NES controller.
Oh.
It was literally just a fucking block. Also, how does Drew McIntyre get away with literally threatening people with a fucking sword on a PG show?
On a daily basis.
Yeah,
Mind you,
literally every week. He's swinging at somebody with a fucking claymore.
I don't know. I guess they're just like, whatever. He's big and tall. Who's going to tell him no?
Yeah.
I'm going to take this with me.
Kids
well, I'm
play
not
with
going to
swords,
stop
but
you.
Drew McIntyre does it.
They'd be like, oh yeah, we should sell these swords at their fucking souvenir stand.
I'm
I'd
absolutely
be like, but they're very sharp.
I'm absolutely waiting for foam swords on WWE Shop.
It's going to happen. It'll happen.
Especially in January when Scream comes out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Edge versus The Miz obviously is happening on day 1. We've already talked about in previous weeks Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan, the rematch for the Raw Women's Championship. Surprise, surprise, the Usos are wrestling the New Day for the Tag Team Championships. There's literally no other tag teams on SmackDown.
No, but apparently there's like 7 on fucking NXT, so they should borrow 1 or 2.
Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship, which apparently is going to have a big finish that is going to, quote, make us want a rematch at the Rumble.
Fuck out of here. Jeez.
That's what the sheets are saying.
The sheets are stupid.
I guarantee you guys nothing is gonna make me want to see this match again.
Nah.
Just give it
Not
to
a
Brock.
thing.
I don't even care anymore. Give it to Brock.
Or we know you're going to do it, so just get it over with.
Yeah, we can't wait another year for you to get Rock for WrestleMania in Hollywood. So just give it to Brock.
Yeah, we can't. I can't wait no more. I either need to see it now or I don't give a fuck.
And finally, Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Championship. Big E defending against Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Bobby Lashley.
The match has been changed like 7 times over.
This is exactly why we're not predicting day 1 this week. We're predicting it next week. Like 2 days before the event.
It's fucking stupid.
Oh, boy.
Better be Kevin, though. I swear to God, bro. Don't tell me you said no to AEW did not fucking win. I swear to God. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be that dude to bag on dudes' decisions to not go to the other company, but it's like when you know you've been treated like hot dog shit.
Yeah.
Hot dog shit. Why are you hanging out? Is the money really that fucking good? Like, come on, man.
I love Big E too, but I am desperate to see Kevin Owens as world champion again.
He deserves it. It needs to be done. I'm tired of guys just being floundered.
He's a former
Sick of it.
Universal champion. This would be the WWE championship.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but it was like when Hunter helped him out, I fucking popped something fierce.
And it led to nothing.
It was awesome. It's like, come on,
so
dude.
wanted to see more of Triple H and Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah, it would have been awesome. You fucking kidding me? That would have been great. But it didn't happen, and it is what it is. We never really get the cool things that we want.
I mean, we obviously had a great story with Kevin and Jericho. It just
That's
ended
never
without
bad.
the Universal Championship, which sucked.
That wasn't, yeah. Hey, speaking of Jericho, and then you brought up the Big Show earlier, so I got to bring this shit up. Because, like, I swear to God, one of the Geeks of the Week is going to end up being some fucking nerd on the internet, but probably not. But, okay, so there was a debate that the Young Bucks were the best drawing team in decades. And people were like, oh, you're full of shit. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm literally going down to multiple comments and just saying, give me one example. Give me one example. Give me one example. One brave soul gave me an example. And this is, I don't know what kind of medication you need to be on to give me an example like this, and in the manner that he did so.
Oh, boy.
So apparently during this gentleman's hiatus, which again, I don't know how you, we all took a hiatus from WWE, not going to lie here, but I don't understand how you can still praise a team when you were on a hiatus. Anyway, so he was on said hiatus and says that he believes that the Big Show and Jericho, aka Jericho, can outdraw the Young Bucks, or during that time outdrew what the Young Bucks have drawn. Exactly. Your face is exactly my response. I was like, first off, dude, let's keep it real. And I'm going to talk about just the first thing that comes to mind. I don't even know if there was any Jericho merch. Dude, was there, to your recollection? Because I don't remember any Jericho merch.
I remember Y2AJ. There may have been, because they were together for, a good few months.
I want to say like a year and a half, no?
Yeah.
I want to say they were together for a while.
It was around the time I wasn't really watching WWE.
Yeah, nobody was. That's kind of this guy's point. I was like, so you're talking about a low point in wrestling. These guys supposedly outdrew the guys that are making wrestling relevant again.
Well, based
that's
on
the
Google,
thing that
I don't see any Jericho t-shirt.
Exactly. My points exactly. So there's no merch money from Jericho. I guess. Excuse me. WWE talk. I'm telling you, bro. Allergic to the bullshit. So it's, if you really want to talk about pay-per-view draws, how, like, I can't even name any fucking good teams that they win against. It's like, I get it. Oh, sure. Why not? So then you're telling me DX drew. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me DX was the draw. But the point is, I'm getting getting real sick of some of these wrestling fans. I get it. You guys are willing to just go diving into the fucking wood chipper for this company. I get it. It is, they can do no wrong, blind willingness to this company. Everything they do is fantastic. I'll give you a piece of shit and say that it's better than the good things on AEW. No. Wake the fuck up, okay? I get it. You don't like AEW, but that doesn't mean you need to come up with stupid, obscure bullshit, quote-unquote, fake, real reasons, quote-unquote, real reasons on why they aren't draws, in your opinion. Why this team back in 2010 that was obscure during your bullshit hiatus was a more drawing team. Bro, this team drew Americans to New Japan. And don't tell me they didn't, because it wasn't just AJ. It wasn't just, Gallows and Anderson. It was the entire Bullet Club, Young Bucks included. Okay? You have to understand there's that part of it. They drew money in Ring of Honor to the point where Ring of Honor was selling out shows, doing bigger and bigger numbers to the point where they were getting more and more exposure on television. Mm-hmm. And then now look at the rise of AEW with these guys as EVPs. Not only are they talent, they're in charge. So again, how in the fuck is any goddamn team? You know who I'll give you an example of who could have drawn more than the Young Bucks? But this is at a very different time in professional wrestling. Hall and Nash.
Yeah.
Hall and fucking Nash. That's who you can compare the Young Bucks to, if you really absolutely have to. They blew the fucking roof off the business when they showed up on a different television show. They took over. They ended up becoming in charge, and they made a bunch of money. However, the difference between the Bucks and Hall and Nash is I'm not sick of fucking the Bucks after 2 years. I'm all about the Bucks after 2 years, and then some. Hall and Nash, I want him to fucking gone.
This post, I think I saw somebody actually say, I don't like flippy shit. I don't even really like AEW, but Young Bucks are the best tag team going right now.
They really are.
So they're not all idiots.
No, they're not. I mean, and that's fine. You don't have to watch the product to understand that as a professional wrestling tag team, nobody on this fucking planet is doing it better. Nobody in AEW, nobody in New Japan, nobody in fucking Noah, nobody on this fucking planet is doing it better than the Young Bucks. And the sooner you fucking marks get that, the sooner we can all get on with our lives.
If you actually pay attention, it's not just all flippy shit. There's some so good tag team psychology in there. But
that's the thing. That's the thing. These marks don't know what psychology really is, but they praise it. Oh, they don't know storytelling. They don't know. Do you fucking really know what storytelling is? Do you truly know what storytelling is? And I'm not saying the story between Taker and Shawn Michaels, or Taker and fucking Triple H, or, Steve versus The Rock. No, I'm talking like stories. Go back to real stories. Dusty versus Rick. Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes. Ric Flair versus Harley Race. Sting versus Ric Flair. Fucking Vader versus Ron Simmons. Go watch real old school wrestling and fucking really learn what we mean when we mean storytelling. Now we drew a story out for 7 fucking weeks and we finally give you a match. That's not a story. Real stories. Come on, get with the fucking program.
I think we could put one of these guys as Geek of the Week.
I'm telling you, these fucking internet nerds are on my list for Geek of the Week. So you know what? Fuck it. That is who's the Geek of the Week. It is the internet wrestling community.
Honorary Geeks of the Week. But let's find out who is the TV Geek of the Week.
Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking peahead with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-cut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Pencil
All right, Geek of the Week is as much as I want to give it to fucking like Grace Waller or Grayson Waller or whomever. I can't get out of my head fucking Bryce just letting fucking Kyle O'Reilly just kill a man behind him. And Bryce has done this to me before. So out of love, and not Geek of the Week is always out of spite. So out of love, this week's Geek of the Week is Bryce Hemberg, AEW referee, for allowing a man to die under his supervision. We thank you for not doing your job.
It's a lovable Geek of the Week this week.
There we go. That's how we end it. That's how we go to Christmas, baby, with some good spirits.
That's our present for you.
There we go.
All right. Holiday Wrestler of the Week. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm going to give the TSK exactly what they want. The Wrestler of the Week for Christmas week is motherfucking Sting.
Motherfucking Sting, baby.
Busting out.
63 years old. Let me get this off my chest real quick because I had to do it. It was hilarious. God, look at here. CM Punk, love you to death, brother. You are everything. You literally, because of you sparked many interest in me and to broaden my horizons in the professional wrestling world. But Sting has been around many years before you, and I was a Stinger. I was a little Stinger before I was a CM Punk fan. But let me get this off my chest because this part is hilarious. If you let a 63-year-old man out cardio you should be embarrassed. CM Punk is in there huffing and puffing 3 minutes in while fucking goddamn Sting worked, I think, 12, 13 minutes, and that guy breathed hard one time. Come on, Punk, get your goddamn stamina right. As they say in football, come on, man.
That's what Pepsi does to you.
You gotta calm down on that soda, bud.
Fuller, go easy on the Pepsi. Seeing as it's Christmas.
As it's Christmas.
There we go. Your week is complete. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media at Max Wrestling UK. And a huge thank you, as always, to everybody on SoundCloud. Don't forget the website, maxwrestling.net. You can follow us at the Captain512 and at SMRPodNet. Now, listen up, you pencil neck geeks. Here's what Moses has for you this week.
That's right. There's a lot going in to Bolt Rant this weekend. It's literally going to be dropping later today. It's as I'm calling not a full show. I'm going to give you a preview, a review from last week's game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Still, honestly, the reason why that review hasn't dropped, I'm still fuming over that loss. It was one of those ones that it has lingered in my mind for quite some time. But that'll be dropping later today, as well as a preview going into this Sunday's game against the Houston Texans. We have currently 9 players on the COVID list. It's scary. One guy is out. Yeah, it is not a time to be battling COVID in the NFL, as there are just so many players caught on it. So it is what it is, but you're going to get my full review and reactions on that, as well as a very special day after Christmas early draft edition for those who have been clamoring for it. I have literally actually gotten about 7 messages like, dude, I heard you're good with the draft stuff. Where's the draft stuff? The draft stuff's coming on Sunday. So stay looking out for that. And then, come back next year so we can start the vidya.
All right. And with that said, we will see you... Shit, I don't even have Eric Young prepared.
Fuck it, we'll see you next year.
Next week. Well, I mean, we've got one episode left.
Another week.
We've got one episode left. We'll see you next week for the final episode of 2021 on December 30th. So go watch some wrestling, then come back and listen to us talk about it. Have a very Merry Christmas. Stay safe. Goodbye. Mwah! And Meli Kaliki Maka.
That's right. From the TSK, from our screens to your ears. To Sweet It, we love you. Merry Christmas.